couldn't pronounce. We were smoking a little from a half an ounce. Tequila was cheap, but the flow and feeling was real. Neither one of us looking for three little words, unless those three words were do not disturb. The checkout was supposed to be noon, but we slept until 3. She kept the hotel key, slipped it in her purse, I guess. It makes her think of me. And that night we left our hearts on the sleeves of the clothes all over the floor. We both know we can't open the door no more, but she kept the hotel key. Well, I can still see her on the bed, sitting Indian style, with my t-shirt on and a half-drunk smile. She talked about Austin and how she'd get back there someday. I had the curtains wide open and a song on my phone. We danced by the TV we never turned on, and wondered would anyone miss us if we went away. But this isn't one of those stories that ends up that way. No. She kept the hotel key, slipped it in her purse, I guess. It makes her think of me. And that night we left our hearts on the sleeves of our clothes all over the floor. We both know we can't open the door no more, but she kept the hotel key. Yeah. She left a picture in my head. She left a night I can't forget. But she kept the hotel key, slipped it in her purse, I guess. It makes her think of me. And that night we left our hearts on the sleeves of the clothes all over the floor. We both know we can't open the door no more, but she kept the hotel key. Yeah, she kept it. She kept the hotel key, slipped it in her purse, I guess. It makes her think of me. And that night we left our hearts on the sleeves of the clothes all over the floor. We both know we can't open the door no more, but she kept the hotel key. Yeah, she kept it. She kept the hotel key. She kept the
thinks there's always tomorrow. I miss your touch on nights when I'm hollow. I know you crossed a bridge that I can't follow. Since the love that you left is all that I get, I want you to know that if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life. And if you can't be next to me, your memory is ecstasy. I miss you more than life. I miss you more than life. Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow. I need more time, but time can't be borrowed. I'd leave it all behind if I could follow. Since the love that you left is all that I get, I want you to know that if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more me up in diamonds, cover me in gold, but nothing they could buy me made my heart whole. I'd given up on romance, then I found you. Ain't it crazy what love can do? Crazy what love can do. Can someone tell me what is happening?
Well, good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Gordon Newell, the Assistant Dean of Student Affairs at Parker University, and we would like to welcome you to our Dr. Bag ceremony. Parker University's Dr. Bag ceremony marks the transition into less basic sciences and more of the clinical sciences portion of your chiropractic education, as well as a celebration of the near completion of 1 year in chiropractic college. Congratulations on one step closer to becoming a doctor of chiropractic. The excitement we have right now for you reflects the hard work and dedication that you've put into these past 3 trimesters, and the nervousness that you may feel is just a normal reaction to the unknown of the next 7 trimesters here at Parker. I had the opportunity to speak with a few of you about your experience at Parker, and here's some advice that I have for you. Number 1, get to know your faculty. Each of them possess unique qualities and knowledge and experience that they are eager to share with you. Also, don't make the same mistake twice. Own up and acknowledge your mistakes with humility and learn to be coachable. Third, continue to be a lifelong learner. Learning never ends. And lastly, appreciate your peers as your support system. Lean on each other. Ask questions of each other. Get advice from each other. Also, vent whatever you need throughout this whole experience. Overall, I'm so thrilled to see you at this point in the trimester, and I know it has not been an easy journey, but nonetheless, we are excited for you. I have no doubt that each of you will be successful in your future. I would like to welcome the members of our administration who are here to celebrate with you today by beginning with a video message from Dr. William E. Morgan, President of Parker University.
Hello, I'm Dr. William E. Morgan, President of Parker University, and I'm coming to you from the Parker Performance Institute in the Star in Frisco, Texas, our state-of-the-art human performance center. But I have a very special greeting to all of the students here today who are receiving their doctor's bag. You see, it's very important that we honor these milestones in your education as you receive these symbols of the doctor you're going to become. We would like to make sure that you honor these tools, so we want to honor you during these ceremonies. These tools are valuable, that you need to use these tools to learn how to become the diagnostician we need you to be so that you can work in a multidisciplinary clinic like this in the future. These tools are valuable to you. A lot of people would think, well, this is secondary to the skills I use to treat my patients. I would disagree with that. These tools are valuable as you evaluate your patients and you want to move forward with their care. When I first was selected to go to Bethesda Naval Hospital, there was a lot of doctors there who didn't want a chiropractor at that hospital. One of the first patients that arrived at the hospital's chiropractic clinic was a patient who came to me who had headaches. And he'd already seen a medical doctor and some physical therapists, and these headaches persisted. As I brought him into the office, I did my history and review of systems like you learned here at the school, and a physical examination. And during the history taking, I took him through the review of systems and started talking about ears. And went through the special senses. He goes, yeah, actually, I have had ear pain, and I've had difficulty hearing. I went ahead and took my otoscope out and looked in his good ear, looked great. Then I looked in the ear that he had symptoms in, and it was a gray, pulpy mass. Well, I'd referred him out. It turned out this patient had a Pseudomonas infection of his inner ear and his mastoid. So essentially, when we took x-rays, his mastoid was eggshell thin. If I had adjusted that, I would have fractured his mastoid bone and might have introduced that infection into his brain. By making the diagnosis with the otoscope, by referring him to the medical doctor, he got the appropriate care. Now, they ended up removing his mastoid and his inner ear. He permanently lost hearing in that ear. But I would say the use of those tools properly saved that patient's life. And not only that, Since he'd already seen other doctors and physical therapists, it elevated chiropractic in that hospital. So they realized that chiropractors are trained as physicians. My challenge to you is to embrace these tools, to value them, to master them. I want you all to become master clinicians, and you do that by your dedication to the craft. Blessings to you all. Please enjoy this day.
It is now my privilege to welcome Dr. Jane Moschella, Executive Vice President and Provost of Parker University.
Thank you, Dr. Newell. It's important that, good morning, students. Nice to see you. It's important that I introduce some very important guests we have here today for this auspicious occasion, without whom this day could not have happened. Would the parents of our students please stand? Would the siblings, grandparents, aunts and uncles stand? Come on, would the spouses please stand? Would the children of these students please stand? And would the friends and supporters of these students please stand? Students, get up and turn around and thank your audience. You're the supporters these students needed to get this far, and they need you more than ever to support them through these last trimesters before they enter clinic. Thank you for all you do for our fantastic students. The first mention of a medical bag is in the Hippocratic Corpus around 350 BC. This demonstrates that since ancient times, practitioners have carried some equipment with them when they met with their patients. Of course, the exact contents have changed over time, so think leeches, blood pressure cuff. So they've changed over time, but we still use them. They're still important. Like Dr. Morgan said, this is what makes the difference in your care. It's important to remember that the initial physical exam sets the physician up for a better relationship with the patient and instills confidence in your care and attention to your patients. Congratulations, you're well on your way to becoming the doctor you've always dreamed of becoming. Congratulations.
I would now like to welcome Dr. Celia McGuire, Dean of Academics for the College of Chiropractic.
Thank you, Dr. Newell. So, several years ago when I was a student here, we all went and got our own doctor bags. And we get our own equipment, and we'd come together to class. And over time, people started putting their money together, and then the internet came into being, and they started ordering things from other countries that don't have stringent laws about quality and things like that. And we just noticed the students were really struggling in their physical diagnosis class because the tools they were buying were not the highest quality. They were practically toys, some of them. They were just, it was a flashlight with a magnifying glass, but not really a true otoscope, things like that. So Parker, I think, is unique in having a doctor bag ceremony. I think there are other schools that have white coat ceremonies. There may be other schools where you take an oath, an honor code oath. But I feel like the doctor bag ceremony is unique, and we really wanted to highlight the importance of having good tools. So we've included those in your tuition. And so I just want to remind you that just because we didn't make you write a check for what's in that bag individually, it still has value, and they are very high quality tools. And I say that because a few years ago, I don't know if you heard, there was a tornado that hit the school. Several of the students had just left their bags in their chair, and then overnight, the ceiling was gone. There was and the bags were just gone. And so had they put them in a locker or taken them home or really taken some better care of them, they wouldn't have lost their doctor bags. I just want to reinforce to you that we value the high quality. We made sure you have the same tools. If you went to the emergency room, the otoscope is the same brand that the doctor in the emergency room or in the medical doctor's office, that they're all the same. And so make sure you really keep track of those, get your name on it, bedazzle it, do whatever you need to do to make sure you know your bag from everybody else's bag, and keep track of that equipment because it's not cheap to replace. I also wanted to reflect a little bit when I remember when I got my doctor bag and we learned how to use the ophthalmoscope, and you go right eye to right eye and left eye to left eye, so you're not breathing in your patient's face, and you learn how to use all these neat tools. And so, until that point, when I showed up at family events, I was palpating everyone and getting a feel of everybody's spines. Well, I showed up to that next Thanksgiving, and I was like, I got an otoscope and ophthalmoscope. And I literally went around the room. My granddad was an osteopath, and so he's like, yeah, get in here. Go look at everybody's ears. And so I remember going person to person, checking everybody's ears, looking in their eyes, and it was very cool to learn how to use the tools of a diagnostician. And so I hope you'll embrace this opportunity that's coming your way. It's very different from like looking at x-rays and doing some other types of exams. And so I love that we start off with physical diagnosis, because then you can you can keep practicing those skills as you go through the program, taking blood pressure on as many people as you can, looking in ears, looking in eyes, all that fun stuff. But yeah, make sure that you're practicing with those tools and that you value the tools that you have. And the light's at the end of the tunnel for the basic sciences. I don't know if you guys know that you just, Tri4 has 2 basic sciences, and then you're ready for part 1. So this is where the shift in the curriculum happens, where you go from knowing stuff to knowing how to do stuff, and then critically think about stuff. And so this is where it really gets interesting. I just want you to know, if you can make it through Tri3, you can get through the whole program. So congratulations, you guys. Good luck with your new tools.
All right, students on the first row at this time, if you will all stand and proceed to the stage for the presentation of your doctor bag by by Lisa Gabriel, our Associate Provost. Not yet, it's coming. Keyshawn Abrams. Elliot Alexander. Lena Altheimer. Bailey Arjun Bright. Kevin Orocho. Savannah Barte. Marissa Bean. Emmeline Bellwood. Thaddeus Burris. Ashley Carter. Andrew Kreitz. DeMart Delontinen. Riley Arnest. Damian Edwards. Eduardo Escoy. Andrew Fisher. Caden Flack. Melissa Gentile. Peter Gerlach. Jacob Goodman. Derek Hansen. Jacob Houlihan. Haley Hurst. Coleman Johnson. Tyler Lenderos. Taryn Landrum. Lindsay Lowe. Alexander McGowan. Benjamin Maher. Angel Merrill. Taylor Mitch. Mia Milton. Rick Murphy. Genevieve Obringer. Kai Northcutt. Devin O'Farrell. Princess Anoka. Connor Orr. Alan Ortiz. Jordan Osborne. Dana Paradise. Dhruvi Patel. Alexandra Perry. Samantha Peterson. Nathan Plotkin. Mackenzie Pyle. Miranda Ramsey. Brandon Reed. Scott Revere. Ellie Salamanca. Stephen Schonberger. Kira Schultz. Ethan Shepard. Janae Schuler. Luis Suefuentes. Alexis Solis. Aaron Soloway. Spencer Devine. Ezekiel Spurger. Jalen Stewart. Dalen Studeville. Krista Suko. Alex Tosado. Decker Tubby. Julie Vo. Reagan White. Ashley Young. Grant Junta. Congratulations. Give yourselves another round of applause. I want to thank everyone for coming out this afternoon. I want to thank administration. In closing, I want to remind you to appreciate this moment. As students, you may get caught up in someday. Someday I will get into chiropractic school. Someday I will learn my first adjustment. Someday I'll be in the clinic. Someday I will graduate. Someday I'll open my own practice. Well, someday is today. Celebrate your wins. I encourage you to celebrate this moment and acknowledge just how far you've come. Thank you all for joining us. That concludes our ceremony. For students, stay for just a moment as we go over the items that are in your bag. Everyone else, thank you for coming. All right. right, students. Almost. So as you know, first of all the bags are all the same color. So I encourage you